Whoa! It's the Illusion reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth. I'm in the Juicy van with David Gravette. We're going to do a little interview action. All right, the first thing we do is just take care of business, your sponsors, your projects, what's working on, shout outs, all that kind of stuff.
Alright. Well, the sponsors are Creature Skateboards, Circus Shoes, Independent Trucks, Shrunken Head Skate Shop, Bones Wheels, Paradox Grip Tape, Lucky Bearings, Puffin Glass Studios.
Puffin Glass Studios.
Yep.
There it is, dude. That's the list, man. All right, and we only ask one question that's kind of serious here.
Alright.
What do you think about the aliens?
I've been watching the X-Files from season 1 recently, and they've got to be out there. They've just got to be.
Right?
I think Mulder's got it.
There's something going on. Have you met any?
Are you an alien?
I think I am.
If you're not an alien, then I guess I haven't met it.
No, I'm convinced that we're the aliens. That we're already like the hybrid strain of freaky like entities that are on the spaceship.
People are pretty freaky, and there's some pretty wild creatures on our spaceship planet Earth.
Fucking gnarly. How about that duck-billed platypus?
Yeah, it was that thing's a mammal and lays eggs. Is that what its deal is?
It's got a, yeah, I don't know what its deal.
I'm pretty sure it lays eggs.
It lays eggs?
I think that's why it's so goddamn weird.
Dude, creepy.
Yeah.
We don't get this up here.
I used to be pretty into the animal game. I know my shit.
So you're into the animal game, but you don't believe in Bigfoot.
I'm into the animal game. I know what's out there.
So no Bigfoot.
Plenty of tromping around looking for Bigfoot, and I'm pretty sure if I can't find it, no one can.
So you've looked.
I've looked, and I'm scratching off the list.
Really? Because you're from Washington originally, right?
Yeah.
So you've gotten some time in some deep, dark forests of Washington State.
Yeah, definitely. That's all I did was just go looking around in forests.
And there's no Bigfoots.
No.
No rotting Bigfoots.
Lots of salamanders. That was the big find, and frogs, lizards.
What's your favorite animal to find out in the woods?
Man, I really like I like catching skinks because sometimes when you catch them, they'll just kind of chill out for a while. And I mean, lizards are kind of the coolest, but you got to be careful. You don't want to rip their tails off. That's what I hate. So you got to be you got to be kind of ginger in your catching. So sometimes you let them get away, but it's better to let them get away than
rip their tail off.
I've accidentally ripped a couple tails off, but I've caught a lot of lizards. And just a couple tails have gone off, and I was not a happy child when that would happen.
Are you a catch and release lizard guy?
Oh yeah, I was caught and release.
Do you still catch lizards?
Fuck yeah, whenever I get the chance. I mean, anything, snakes, lizards. I went out to a pool at Braga Desert not too long ago, and I racked up. I had an area over by the pool was just like containers of the stuff I'd caught. Like there was a tarantula, a couple scorpions, some camel spiders. I was doing pretty good.
Really? Oh, you go into the spider department. Like you're catching spiders.
I've caught a couple scorpions.
Scorpions
not scorpions, tarantulas. I
heard they're nice. My buddy had a pet tarantula, and like he would let it crawl all over it and stuff. And
I accidentally grabbed one when I was like 9 or something on a family trip when we were in Italy. Because my mom's from England and we family in Europe or whatever, and they warned me like you can't pick up everything here because they knew I picked up everything, but here there was like scorpions and tarantulas and stuff so they were like don't look before you grab. And it was nighttime and we were walking and I saw something moving through the grass and I didn't look, and because I thought it looked like a toad, it looked like it was like kind of hopping around or whatever, and I just swooped it up and it was a spider that took up the full length of both my hands, and it was all hairy, and I just chucked it. It's so
dude, you're gnarly.
It was very shocking at the time,
but you're cool with picking up spiders.
I'm not cool. It gives me an adrenaline rush. Like I've let
You can overcome that. Like I can't do it. I tried to hold the tarantula, man, and it was too much.
I let a scorpion like crawl on my arm.
Really?
Like a wild one that we found and stuff, and that was.
It didn't sting you or anything.
Didn't sting me. It was kind of. I mean, it's just like a whole like. It's just like an adrenaline rush the whole time. And
hold the hand steady.
you don't know how to get them off though. That's the thing. You're like, I don't want like do I like.
Was it climbing right for your face? Like.
No, it was just kind of chilling, and everyone else was kind of yelling, and you don't want it to pick up on like it. It went in like it was crawling, then it went in like I know it's scorpion deal, and if their tail is usually like if their tail's usually to the side, and if it curls, it's bad, and like people were like startling it, and it like went into like curl position for a second, then I started getting panicked, and I wanted to whack it off, but I had this like feeling it was gonna like move and just still like claw on.
Last
somehow,
moment
and then
attack.
just, like I don't know. I did brush it off, and it got off.
So you got good energy with these crazy creatures.
I try to. I mean, I grabbed a rattlesnake too when I was like 12 on another friend's family trip, and I saw a rattlesnake but it was going into a hole, and my friend was still back there, and I had to show if no one sees. That's why I always caught stuff, because I had to show people like. I was really proud of my finds.
Proof is in the product,
so I
right?
pulled it back out of the hole.
You pulled it out of its hole, dude.
But my friend's parents were not out of sight, so they saw what I'd just done, and then they didn't know, they couldn't see it was a rattlesnake, but they saw me pull a snake up and then drop it, and then go yell to my friend about how I found a rattlesnake. Wow. And they were like yelling at me like, "You can't do this. Like, we can't tell your parents like that you died. Like, you can't go on trips with us anymore. Like, you're banned.
You're too crazy."
I was banned for a bit.
Because you're going after the critters.
They didn't, but yeah, I love it.
That's pretty cool, man. So you'll be able to eat no matter what.
Yeah, I never gotten. I can catch the things.
You never eaten any of them?
I've never killed them really. And
that's cool.
I know how to operate a gun, and I'm a pretty good shot, but I've never shot an animal before. So.
Really?
I've contemplated it. I've thought about going to get a deer because it's pretty like condescending and hypocritical. What the fuck is the word?
Hypocritical.
Yeah, that's the one. To eat meat and not say you'll go.
I'm kind of with you on that.
But at the same time, it's like, man, I have a hard time seeing something. I'm like, oh man, there's like a deer, and I'm looking like just the little thing of just that movement.
Like the ends.
It's like your life's over, and you gotta really trust your shot. And all my guns are really old. I usually buy like World War II or like real old guns, and they're not all primed up. So I'd probably have to get some new prime gun to.
You do a little gun collecting.
A little bit. I like the old ones, only wood. Like I hate the kind of like SWAT team looking like all black.
Do you have an M1?
No, I got a 1912 Russian SKS though. That's
really?
Like that, but it's all wood and old. And
those are killer with the old wood and stuff. How many guns you got? Or we can't say, can we? No, that's right. I forgot we live in the Obama generation. We can't say, dude. What do you think about crazy stuff like that when they start talking about taking the guns and all that nonsense, dude?
I think people are gonna kill people no matter what.
Right?
And it's too late if you take there's too many gnarly guns out there, and then criminals are gonna find it's just kind of too late to try to do that. I mean, all they can do is try to just not have so much idiots out there. Like, instead of regulating the guns, regulate the idiots.
Dude, I'm with you on that. Well, right, like, as a gun owner, like, people don't go, like, when stuff goes on and you get crazy, like, your first thought isn't, like, I'm going to go get my gun. Like, it's not even a thought. Like, gun people respect guns. Like, it's not a toy.
I don't even have a gun out for home protection. All my guns are in a safe. I actually realized it's bad because my roommate woke me up yelling about someone's in our garage, get your fucking gun, and I'm trying to get the safe and call the police at the same time, and I'm like, I can't fucking do this. Like, grab a sword instead, because I just grabbed a sword.
You got some swords too.
Oh yeah.
So you got a little weapons and critters.
Yeah, that was the weapons. I mean, the swords and the critters were a pre-skateboarding childhood thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was my two passions maybe, and now not really too into the swords. I like shooting stuff, and
Yeah, shooting's fun.
Yeah, I love it. I wish I could have more critters, but I don't have the time. I just have a rabbit, and
You have I had a pet rabbit once.
Dude, they're awesome.
I had a miniature one as big as my hand.
Oh, mine's a big boy.
Have you checked out the Flemish Giants?
Mine's getting there.
So you know about the Flemish Giants?
Yeah.
Then. I show people and they're like, "What?"
Yeah.
And if you don't know what the Flemish Giants are, go look it up. They're rabbits that are like as big as dogs.
I want one of those.
I'm thinking like to be the first person cruising down the street with the Flemish Giant sitting in your car seat. It's pretty much like trend setting.
Yeah. I get like we went to a pool the day you got here. We went to a pool that day, and the owner of the pool is like kind of rundown, shitty house, and they had a rabbit in a cage, with just like a teeny little wire cage, and it was just on a bunch of newspaper covered in shit and a blanket covering it. That like bummed me the fuck out. Like,
nah, man, if you're gonna have animals, you gotta treat them with love and respect.
You gotta understand, a rabbit's not. I've had the guinea pig, I've had the gerbil, I've had the fucking hamster, I've had all those rodents, and like people like to link the rabbit up into that, but the rabbit is like, he's got personality and he likes. My rabbit is like a dog. Like, he uses a litter box. Well, dogs don't use litter.
So he's free to roam around the house.
Yeah, and he comes up and hops on the couch. He'd be here right here, and
you know, my pet rabbit, you'd hang out with.
Nothing likes to get pet more than he does. Like,
really?
And he does.
What's his name?
Paul Mall.
Paul Mall. Have you read Watership Down?
What's that?
Watership Down's the book about the rabbits. Where the rabbits, it's all a book taken from a rabbit's perspective. It's one of the coolest books I've ever read.
You know what? Then you should listen to the song by Maddie Pryor, or it's Fairport Convention. Actually, not Maddie. I'm into some folk music as well.
I like that.
And they have a song. All about the perspective of a hare, like running from dogs, and
really,
like it's sick. I'll show it to you.
So that was something like today we were listening to Hank 3. By the way, I'm a big fan of Hank 3 as well, and so you have a whole like different like, you're not falling into the same old musical groove as everybody else, man. You go a little bit folky, country.
Well, it probably is. My mom's from England, and I spent a lot of time there.
Oh, okay.
And first music I ever started listening was bagpipes. I love the bagpipes. I played the bagpipes.
You play the bagpipes?
From 8 to 10.
Can you do it? Could you do it right now if we had bagpipes?
No, definitely not. My lung capacity probably is not the same as it used. I used to be able to hold my breath for like two and a half minutes.
It's a breath holding thing, huh?
Yeah, and I've probably forgotten the songs, but I just love the idea of like fucking charging over like going into battle with like it would get I'd listen to bagpipes and go jump my bike off shit. Like,
really?
I would like to listen to bagpipes while I was skating. I just can't get a good connection on the good bagpiping music. It's hard to find.
I wouldn't figure it's the easiest stuff to. Almost though, you can't download it on iTunes, huh?
Maybe you could. I'm not too good. I'm sure you could do it on a computer.
Oh, that's right. That's another thing, right? You're kind of technology free.
It gives me anxiety. There needs to be a name for it. Like, there's like there will be. It's too early on, but
so it gives you anxiety, all the buttons and cameras and bullshit.
It's like arachnophobia type deal. Like, I start doing stuff like just right before this trip. I ran away from down. Like, I was trying to type out this email, and a lot of time what I do, I just write it on paper first, and then I get on the computer and type it. But when I'm trying to think and use a computer, like, I start to just get flustered and my fucking heart races, and sometimes I just like seriously freak out and like run upstairs and just like lay on the floor for a while, and like people don't get it, and like, what
you
the
have
hell?
like technology panic attacks.
Fully do.
You know that's real, that you're just aware of it. Most people are like trained to it. Like the flicker rates on all the screens caused like fucking seizures and stuff. Like, you're not crazy.
That's what I've been saying.
No, but you're right on. Like, you're more sensitive to than most people. Good for you. This technology is gonna like either free us or kill us.
I mean, I'm fighting a one-man war. There's not much of.
So you do have a computer though.
I have a computer. I don't bring it.
You don't use. Yeah, was it like a big one with the screen?
I check my email like every like couple weeks or something, and most people that know, like most of my sponsors know, they gotta call me if they want to.
Yeah, so you have a cell phone. I saw that.
Yeah.
But it's a Flintstones phone, people. They break that thing out, dude.
I have a text message. See, it still works. I mean,
that's all you need, though. Like we've over technified it, the whole thing. That's pretty cool. So you're listening to country music, no technology.
But I like to play PlayStation 3.
Dude, have you done the Grand Theft Auto 5?
Everyone trips on me that I don't. I play all the Call of Duty.
You have to do it
not
online now?
I just play the campaigns. Like, I hate.
You don't. Yeah, like.
It ruins my high. Like, everyone wants to play Call of Duty online. It's all hectic, and you're just. Like, I want to get stoned and get into the game and feel like I'm like one of those dudes, like going through the story and shit.
Yeah.
That's.
Have you checked out the new Grand Theft Auto 5?
No, man.
I've been kind of like debating like going and getting the whole thing and sacrificing like a couple weeks just to get.
I hear it's really addicting.
I've spent some time with the Grand Theft. That's like the only video game I'll play, is like the Grand Theft Auto 5 or the Grand Theft Auto. The last one I played was Vice City or something. Yeah. But like time travel almost.
Dude, you
like,
wake up doing the cheats in your sleep.
Like but the fat thumbs, dude, like I thought that was a myth until I had fat thumbs, and I'm like, wow, that's...
You got fat thumbs? That's shit.
No, when you play the video games.
You get fat thumbs?
Yeah, if you play too long, like, I was an untrained video gamer, so my thumbs got swollen from playing. I went out, spun out, and like played like Grand Theft Auto for like 2 weeks straight. Like, didn't sleep. Fucking, I'm surprised I didn't have one of those seizures, man.
I've done that.
It's good stuff.
That
I think some people are like real weird about it, but as my one friend said, like, life's too short not to give up 2 weeks for Grand Theft Auto 5, man. And I was like, that's almost a valid point, right?
In some ways,
but then again, it's a waste of time too.
That's why I trip on that, but I trip on that. I get a sense of accomplishment when I do something in a video game and stuff. Like, I feel like, oh, good, like, that's done. Like, I want to kick back and smoke a joint now. I did that. It's like,
move on,
yeah. What did I do?
What did you really do? Nothing.
Who's impressed that I earned that trophy that I'm not even online, so no one even sees my fucking scores?
That's funny. You got to keep the critters to prove to people you did well, but the video game's like it's a personal thing.
Yeah, somewhat. Well, the people in my house can see my scores on Little Big Planet.
Well, if you had an iPhone, you could record it and put it on your Instagram.
Yeah, if I...
You don't even have an Instagram, do you?
No.
Epic. I love that. By the way, that's fucking bomber
We need more
stuff.
people to love it, because I'm getting like sponsors and stuff. Have talked to me about like,
why don't you just have a fucking surrogate do it for you?
Because it's wrong. Like, it just feels like
God, dude, so you have soul, brother. Like, you're not a sellout on any level.
There's so many, like, because it just feels weird to me that it's like, how should my skating hurt that I don't want to like be on the internet more? And it's like, I'm not going to be a dick to any kid anywhere, but what? And so I'm worse than someone who's a dick to kids in person, but then has someone else running their social media and like talking to kids.
So how are you with the kids? Yeah, you seem like you love the kids, man.
Yeah, well, I've only been a dick to one kid ever.
Really?
I remember that.
What happened?
I was on the Santa Cruz and Creature trips together, Saints and Sinners.
Mm-hmm. And
we'd heard stories that this guy was going to give a tattoo, and like, oh, we could all get free tattoos we wanted, and like, I was really excited to get a tattoo, and the guy was like, okay, anyone wants a tattoo, they gotta go now, like, we gotta go meet this guy at the house party, and it was, everyone else is going skating, and I was like, fuck, alright, fuck, I'm going to get a tattoo, and I like left the whole crew, went with like, kind of strangers up to a house party, and the guy that was tattooing was a retard, like, you know, he just wanted to do like generic stuff on me, and it wasn't, I told him what I wanted, and he thought it was like, why do you want a breakfast sandwich, like, that's stupid, like, I'm like, because I eat breakfast sandwiches all the time, like, I
it's your tattoo, right?
Like, alright, dude, check this out, check out the skull, I could bang this out right now, and it's like a whole, like, leg piece, and he wants to, like,
and you wanted a breakfast sandwich.
Like, dude, I don't want that, and I realized it wasn't gonna happen. I was like, fuck this, and I'm just like stuck at this house party where like, no, it's not even a house party. It's just like a house with a lot of people in it, and there was this kid who came in. He was probably like 13 or 14 or something, and he came in, he had like a bad attitude too, and he was just like, I heard there was a pro skater here, is that true? And like everyone just kind of looked at me like I was supposed to be like, yeah, that's, and I was just, I'm pro and stuff, and he looked at me and he gave me this look like, really? Like I don't believe you, like, but really? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, well, can I get your autograph? And I was like, do you know my name? And he was, and see, that's when I started being a dick, because I was just like, why do you even, and I was like, why do you even want my autograph? Like, I'm not a good artist.
Yeah.
Like, my autograph looks like a 6-year-old, like, I don't have anything cool to draw, and you don't even know who I am or anything.
You don't even know who I am.
And he was like, oh, and stuff, and I was like, well, until you know my name, like, I'm not gonna sign it. Right. And then he came back and stuff, and I was like, will you sign it? And I was like, do you know my name? And he was like, no. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna sign it then. But other than
dude, that's fair, bro.
Well, I've signed a shitload of other stuff with people that don't know my name. Like,
yeah,
I've signed tons of, a couple of weird ones where I signed something at like a creature demo or something, and then the kid goes, is David Gravette here?
And you're standing with your sign.
That's happened like a lot, but that's cool. That's no problem.
Yeah, dude, that's cool, man.
I don't recognize people all the time, so.
There's a lot of people out there, man.
I met several idols that I don't recognize at the time. And
yeah.
Like, shit. It hurts.
It does, right?
It hurts.
So I want to rewind here for a minute about this breakfast sandwich tattoo. What was the breakfast sandwich like, and what kind of breakfast sandwich?
It was that period of my life. I literally, I ate like a bacon, egg, and cheese like sandwich like every morning.
That was
like that was like what I'd hold out for, go through incredible lengths to like get it done. Like that was just like what I wanted to do. So I wanted I can't remember. It wasn't just a breakfast sandwich. It was something more than that. And
did you get it eventually?
Lee, the art director of Creature, and like the guy like Creature fucking brainchild he did this one on my leg and tried to do it, but it was at like 3 a.m. on acid and.
Oh, that's a great tattoo. Let's see.
He's done it twice.
That's not a breakfast sandwich.
Well,
look,
do you see those? There's
breakfast.
Those are supposed to be breakfast sandwiches. It's supposed to be a magic carpet of like breakfast sandwiches and beer cans. And
what's that? A sheep?
It was supposed to be a baby lamb. It's supposed to be the baby lamb.
Smoking a doobie.
But the first time it came out, see how it's got sunglasses on now, and there's trees here. Those weren't there. The first time it was just the lamb. And it looked like a camel. It was for sure a camel. That's why the glasses are on it, trying to make it look less camel-like. And we turned the magic carpet was just a fail. Like we turned the magic carpet into like some trees. It's definitely needs.
That's an epic tattoo, kind of. It's got a story. I used to hang out in Portland. My buddies had a tattoo parlor downtown, right? So they let me hang out there. I don't have any tattoos, right? But they let me hang out, and they would just sit and talk about people with unoriginal tattoos. Like coming and getting like Tasman, Bugs Bunny, and stupid stuff, and like stuff off the wall. When like when these guys were like artists, like they could make anything. Like tattoo's supposed to have like a story. Like that's a genius story for a tattoo.
It might look like shit,
dude. It doesn't, because it actually has a story, dude. It's not like a botch. It's like the camel that's a sheep. With the
yeah,
that's epic, man. I love that. So, dude. All right, got to witness you do some pretty heavy stuff today, and like the psych out, right?
Yeah.
Like to psych yourself in and out, like most people don't know. Like when you're approaching heavy stuff, what's going on? Like how do you overcome that challenge? Because I think you could relate it to like anything. You're like kind of like, whoa, like what do you go through to do that?
I mean, today was a little weird because normally when I do like things that are really could send me straight, there's only one way. Like it's like hospital or like a make basically. Like you have to. Like I normally it'll be like I'll space them out. So I feel like I have like more of if I haven't done something gnarly in a while, I have like a drive to like you want that adrenaline rush and the accomplishment. But that happened for me a couple of days. Like I just got a trick yesterday, so I was kind of like I could have been good for a couple more weeks, and it was hard to get. Like I could have gone home today happy, and totally content with everything, without doing it. And so when it's the times where you're like, you're gonna go home bummed about not doing it, but then, I mean, it's a weird like, I was rolling up to that today, and I kept going through like phases of, fuck it, just go. It's gonna go, and you're gonna do it right here, and it's over, and everything. And you're gonna go home like, wait, you're gonna actually feel good about having a few drinks and everything. You're gonna fucking do it, and then it would go straight to like, fuck, this doesn't feel right. Like, I don't want to go into front feeble and launch down the whole thing, and it's a trip, and I'm glad it worked out.
Dude, that's so there's some radical stuff. So in your mind, like, you're definitely, like, I was looking at it like, dude, like, there is no like middle ground. Like, you're calculating all that kind of like we could be just race into the emergency room type of deal.
Normally when there's stuff like that happening, there's a lot more like, I'm like I'm getting more like, I'm yelling a lot beforehand, and like I get like, you almost need to get a little like, just like, I don't know, you need to pre-hype your adrenaline. You can't like, you're gonna get adrenaline when it starts, but you need to like jump start it before you start actually trying.
I got it. So getting sort of like fired up and like battling yourself to like.
That's when bagpipes comes in.
So optimum moment would have been
if
the
there was
larynx.
bagpipes there, it could have been.
People,
Oh.
That's the thing. We need to find David Gravette, the ultimate bagpipe music. I know you're out there. I got a lot of
I
like
want my own Highland. There's got to be drums too. You need a good Highland
drums,
drum.
bagpipes, Highlands type stuff to get this dude fired to go off.
Yeah.
But that's what's so interesting. So a couple days ago, you took care of some heavy duty skating, and then so you got it like as a pro skater, you ration yourself out. I guess that's what I'm getting at.
So, well, you get other stuff. Like if I get other stuff in between, then like the gnarly shit, like that's always awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like stuff that where you don't actually have to be like really scared. And but that stuff's getting harder to do just because the caliber of skating is so high, and you get older, and you know there's not as many. Like, you don't know that you can. Like, can I even like? I mean. Now I can jump off my board and land squarely on my feet off something not that high, and I'm still gonna get hurt. Like my ankle will go like get shot. Like you gotta really know that weigh the consequences and know like this is what I gotta go for, and be ready to do it. I guess, I don't know.
So it's an all-in move. Like I gathered that. So like. All right, so like in your like skating world, there's like two kind of things going on. There's like skateboarding, and then the moments.
Yeah.
Kind of right, like because like you're cruising around, like just cruising around, doing your thing, like skateboarding around, like getting gnarly, is not going and doing what I saw you doing this afternoon.
Yeah, there's a difference, and it's. Because there's no way to like grinding that rail. There's no, I can't baby step it at all. There's no, I can't even feel what it's like to ollie I mean, I've never been one to be able to ollie a lot of stairs. That's what always bums me out when like people that skate rails, they'll like ollie the biggest stair I've ollied is a 10, and because the impact is, and I don't even ollie 10s anymore. Like anything bigger than an 8, I'm probably not gonna ollie, and. Like, see, I can't even ride off and like test to ollie.
You just gotta lock onto the rail.
Yeah, basically.
So that's pretty interesting too. So like your kind of limits and maneuver around them.
That's why I skate rail. That's why I ended up, I guess, being in the category of like a rail skater, is because when I was younger and going out skating with a crew of all your friends, and they'd go to the 10 stair or the whatever, and all just try flip tricks down it, and I would be kind of like wanting to get something. Well, I want to do something with these guys, but I mean, I've done a few tricks down a kick flip or whatever, but I'm not gonna do too much, and I get tired of sitting there, so I start trying to jump on the rail next to it, even if it's like shitty or like knobbed or kinked or up against the wall or whatever, just because another way to get down the stairs that it softens the blow. You gotta the rail absorbs some impact on your way down, and then you pop out.
But there's also just another whole risk factor you don't get into, like doing just like the straight stair, like this launching the stairs like impact, but like the rail just seems like there's just so much more space for like catastrophe.
Not for there's way more space
coming from the rail expert here, like
I don't know. I mean, I get hurt landing tricks down stuff like that.
Okay.
I don't know if I never went to the doctor to get an x-ray, but I couldn't skate for like a month and a half from just landing a 180 down a gap. Took me a first day in Japan, like first spot we skated, not even to we were on our way from the airport to a demo and stopped at a spot, and there's a bump out to gap, and I'm like, I'm not gonna skate this, but Dustin Dolan was skating it, and he's always been a hero idol, and he's like, fucking skate it with me, Gravette, and stuff, and I'm like, oh man, I want to, but I'm not a jumper, but I'll get in there and
not a jumper.
Go for the 180, because I can take more impact landing backwards usually, because it's like soft, like I don't know why, but went for the 180, landed it first try and rolled away, and my ankle was fucking done. So the bones just shot together inside.
Well, that's like the trippy part, like, right? Like, it seems to me that like a lot of sports, like surfing and all these other sports, there's a definite maneuvering around the fragility of your own body. Like, you guys aren't like falling in water, dude. Like, you're jumping into like concrete. Like, it's very non-forgiving.
Surfing hurts too.
Have you surfed?
Yeah, a little bit, and I'd usually, every time I fell, I would hit my knee or shin on the surfboard.
Oh, yeah.
And, just getting hitting the ground below, getting tossed and hitting the wave and
sure.
Hitting shallow water.
No, it's a different unknown, but like I watch skating, I'm just like, this shit blows my mind.
Yeah, me too, for sure. Ben blows my mind.
Dude, how gnarly is Ben, dude? Like,
I don't know.
Dude, that ollie he did out of the shallow end, like how do you, like, I just, like, he's like a magician.
I'm convinced he lives in slow motion.
Okay, dude, now we're getting onto some trippy shit that I fucking think about. Like, the various aspects of, like, your perception of time. Like, right, you watch that dude skate, like, he's operating at a different, like, time scale or something.
Yeah, like, there's just no way he can always, like, he just doesn't fail, like, he doesn't, I don't want to jinx him or anything, but he doesn't really slam, like.
Dude, that slam he took where he broke his glasses.
Yeah, no, that was free. That's why everyone was talking about that the rest of the trip. Like that was crazy. Like, we'd never seen him, like, and I don't think he had, but it hasn't seemed to really. He's still gnarly.
But he's got that weird thing I've noticed when he's skating, where he's like, he gets the rotation. Like, he can always seem to, like, fucking spin himself out of anything.
Well, he's short, which has always
that helps, right?
That's a skater. I mean, that's the right body for a skater, is short and kind of. I mean, us lanky people do not get it friendly when we smear. It's not very ball-like.
You get all twisted up.
Things go weird places, and.
No, it's just like, even gathering, like, it seems like you're like a fan, like, of skating. Like, when you're out skating with a bunch of dudes, like it seems like you're kind of fanning out as well, like.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I hear there seems to be other dudes that are, like, in competition with everyone around them, like not really, like, appreciating how rad they are, like, because they want to be rad. Like,
they must still be, though. They must appreciate it, but they might not show it.
Like, I just watched you guys having fun today. Like, two gnarly skaters fucking having a blast today. Like, stoking each other out. Like, that's my kind of, like, skating vibe. Like, two of the dudes, top of the crop. Like, rallying each other, man. Each doing their own thing.
Yeah, Ben's super like that. Like, he always, like, pumps me out to do stuff, but it's funny because he seems to think I'm way better. Like, he always tells me to do stuff that's just like, Ben, dude, like, I can't do this. I can't blunt kickflip this fucking. Do the blunt kickflip here. It's like a fucking 11-foot pool. It's like, because you saw me do it the skate park quarter pipe doesn't mean it goes down. Like, you.
So, all right, so we're up here with Josh Peacock up here in Fresno skating pools. Like his pool are like what's like your pool like trip like? Is it something you're like normally doing, or is this a fluke that I'm
It's
up here
kind of
with
a
you?
fluke. It's well,
That's interesting.
like I'm not a great pool skater by any means, and I haven't. I feel like my transitions a little bit. I mean, I've kind of just sworn off the big wall, like gnarly walls, because I separated my shoulder on like a straight, just standard like power stack on an indie air, and kind of feel like that would happen again. And but I always skated pools like on earlier creature trips and stuff with all the other creature dudes, but it's kind of been like a 5-year period of not skating them, and now I'm back in the mix and remember how fucking. Sometimes you lose touch with how gnarly pool tricks are. Like when you watch it on videos, you like think it's like the pool at the skate park you go to or something, but
Yeah.
it's fully not.
No, dude.
There's no flat bottom, and the walls are kinky, and
It's rough and weird.
Getting over the fucking coping is just, it's fucking gnarly.
No, that's what's super cool, just to like be able to come up and like see the terrain that like you'll see in like videos and stuff and be like, dude, that's no joke. Like that pool's no joke, dude.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like when I start skating, I'm like at first like it takes a while, and then you start being able to actually ride it and do stuff, and then I don't get Ben on the other hand just fucking can immediately grind. Like I swear, like half the pools that we've been to on this trip, the first like time in, more than probably every one, he fucking hits a fucking grind.
Well, this morning grind, he just did a huge front side like over the death box, like opening move.
That's a trip.
That's a whole like it's a trippy weird pool world.
Just fucking frontside all in that fucking shallow end today. Like that's a wall.
And it was
just a wall.
But it was huge. It wasn't like he just like kind of ollied. Like he cleared like space.
I'd be hyped to do that frontside air on a frontside ollie on like
dude,
good if that was a skate park fucking wall like
perfect. It was just like him moving or playing around too.
Yeah.
Dude, what I liked even later today was when he ollied over the railing with the box of vanilla wafers in his hand.
Yeah. He's a good street skater too.
That was my whole trip. I was like with the Sodi thing. I was like, dude, Ben's like pretty gnarly all around.
Yeah.
Like I was a little disappointed. I was like, dude, fuck Ben, man. Because I'm rooting for him. You were in there too, man. So how does that feel? As like a skater to be put in the top. I mean, that's a compliment. Like of compliments is like athletic prowess, dude. Like you were in the Skater of the Year running, man. Like
it's a trip. Like I'm just very like grateful to be there. I was like, whoa. Okay.
Right? That's super cool. But your creature part was insane, dude. I was watching that. That was the one video disc I brought down to Chile. I had all the guys in Chile. We were watching the fucking creature video. Yours was the pretty baller part, bro. Like,
yeah, I was definitely hyped on that. We lost my mind a few times making that one happen, but it was
a little mind losing's good.
That was gonna get that was when I was telling you earlier about the fucking figuring out that I had to sober up for a bit and that was like kind of right when I missed a lot of the filming for that video because I kept being hurt. I don't know what, it could have just been coincidence, but I mean, I only had like 9 months or something, so I was just trying to pack everything in. And
this is an interesting thing I never hear anyone talk about. As a gnarly pro skater, what kind of health insurance? Like, do you guys roll with like gnarly health insurance policies, or are you just like out of pocket? Like,
well, now I've paid for my own health insurance before, and then my dad started working for a different company, and then they covered me till I'm 26, but I'm gonna be 26 in January, so I have to get new health insurance starting next year, and it's gonna cost me like, I think I'm paying like $240 or something like that a month.
Now, is there some weird thing where like, do you like list that you're a pro skater, like professional skater, and then the insurance just goes through the roof?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what I mean. I'm not sure on that one. My mom handles a lot of the figuring out the insurance details for me.
Because that's the last thing you need to be worried about, facing huge rails and stuff. Like, who's my policy holder? What's my copay?
They get you no matter what, man.
Right, they're not getting me, man. I'm fucking adamantly like, fuck you, dude, at this point. Like,
but sometimes you have to go.
I do. I'm one of those. Like, dude, that's you know that like the hospitals are doctors by like common standard of like their profession are supposed to give 1/3 of their services to charity.
So they don't.
That the whole thing that's coming is all about removing that. Like, if you went to a hospital right now, like if like I went and stacked right now, like I could go to the hospital and sign a bunch of paperwork and be in the 1/3. Like, hospitals are supposed to be nonprofit and stuff. And you're supposed to just be able to roll into like they were started back in the Crusades to like help people. Like,
well, that's the thing. They're supposed to help you. I've dealt with the worst doctors ever. My dad's second hip replacement, was the wrong size. Like, they put the wrong size fucking hip in it. He's got a permanent limp, and he could have sued for fucking millions, but he's like super gnarly, stuck in his morals. Like, he's got. I mean, same way I won't get a fucking Instagram, I guess. Like, just wouldn't sue because he was like, oh, he's a good doctor. Like, he's been his doctor for years and stuff, and he's like, it was just made a mistake. It's like, yeah, this is a mistake. It's
he's
like,
got to limp around with it.
It's a painful surgery to fucking go through too and deal with. And I've had doctors that missed break. Like, I have fucking this ankle that's hurt right now. It's just been a fucking hellhole for 10 years now from breaking it and getting x-rayed twice because I was so sure it was broken, and the first guy's like, no, it's not broken, and the second guy's like, it's not broken, and I'm like, it's broken. I felt it go, and it's fucking gone. And it was just 2 years of just always hurting it, and then I finally got an MRI, and they're like, yeah, your talus bone's been broken in half for like years, and you've been, every time you do this little movement, you're like, I would get hot pockets super easy, so I got surgery the next day. But again, doctors are amazing because he told me I'd be better in 3 weeks, and it was a mellow surgery, but it's fucking like 3 months, and it was still unable to skate, and it's still fucked. It's like the same.
That's so weird, man. Right? Because you're doing the X Games and all that stuff. It's like, it seems like it's such a major profession now in like alternative like sports. Like skateboarding, like there isn't some sort of like pipeline, you guys, where like the best dudes in the world are like on payroll. Like it just seems like I'm just like kind of shocked right now. There's not some sort of streamlined pro skater network of like dudes that know what they're looking at.
Nope.
Really?
Well, there's good doctors. I mean, you can pay. I mean, but it's all like, I mean, I'm getting hooked up and seeing this guy I met through Detour that was the doctor at Detour, and he's like the head of like health studies at like.
So there is the Detour guy had a gnarly.
Well, I've been seeing him, and he sees me like for free and stuff, and he's been helping. Like, he thinks I have a torn labrum in my hip, and that's what's been giving me problems. And he's been. I mean. Actually, this is a fucking stupid. It's a long, stupid story.
Right, whatever. We'll bypass. He says no. Cut. Move on. So, all right, man. Getting on the thing. What is your like take on like the big professional aspect? X Games, Tour, the Maloof Cups, all that. Like, where do you see all that stuff going, man?
I mean, that's where skateboarding seems to be going.
Is it going to pull it though?
It used to not matter. Like, it used to be like. The dudes that were in all the contests were the dudes that didn't have the big sponsors, and that was their only way to get money. But now it's like everyone who's like, you're gonna have to do the contests. And I mean, skateboarding's gone an interesting way lately, but I don't know if it's good or bad. There's some people making a shit ton of money, and more than skaters have made in a long time, and then there's a fucking ton of ripping skaters that have paid so many dues and been around for a while that can't even get sponsored for fucking who knows why. There's just a little too many
skaters rip. Like, your average skater rips nowadays, dude. Like, I was tripping out like down at the Venice Park, like dude, so many dudes like rip, like rip.
It's crazy the jump that it's happened.
Right.
I feel weird. I'm like, I don't feel like, I feel like still young, but I've seen so much things change and like
In a short period of time.
yeah,
Right.
like, I feel like I got in the door of skating like kind of right before it got super like when it was still the vibe of like late 90s, early 2000, which has been like kind of my favorite time of skating, probably maybe like when I was growing up. But I love all the videos from that times. I love the skate parks from that times, and I don't know.
It's a weird trip because like there's this weird like I'm like an avid like into skateboarding, but I don't really pay attention to any of that kind of stuff. Like I'm not watching the I don't even know what it is. What's the street league? Like I don't even know what it's called, right? But like there's like the Maloof Cup kind of interests me because they're paying like there's like it sort of seems like fair, if you will. Like I don't know. They're kind of interesting because they're the gambler dudes. Like,
What would make it fair is if the courses would change. There's only fucking 2 choices in skateboarding right now. It's like, do you want to skate a gnarly bowl, like a bowl contest where it's all like 10-foot, 12-foot concrete walls where either you have to be young and able to bail big airs and run down that, or like you're gonna just, I mean, you have to be young or wear pads, and if you don't skate when you, like, I don't know, there just doesn't feel like I have a place in the bowl contest or like in the street contest. It's always just like blocks, rails, and like I want to see more of like the late 90s, early like Slam City Jam courses and stuff where it's like a skate park. Like there's the launch box and there's a fucking rail. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, be able to show like have options. I don't know.
so it more like a changing like roll the dice with the like things because they are the same
if
every
they had
time.
Street League and the course changed drastically every time, it'd be pretty rad because different dudes would win it all the time.
Yeah.
Like if like, oh shit, throw them a weird one and now the course is all fucking. But I guess they'd have to change the dude. I don't know.
It's a weird thing that's going on. Like as a like if you're, I mean, I grew up when skating was nothing when I was like young. It was ditches and red curbs, man. There were no skate parks, man. We used to drive miles if you heard about like a ramp or from some new skate park in a warehouse opening, and now there's like this crazy thing going on. Like people are watching it like on television somewhere. Like, and I don't know who they are. Like, I don't get how it's working. Like, it doesn't seem, I don't get how it's going to sustain itself. It seems like everyone just stuff your pockets today because you can. Like, I don't know, but they talk about this X Games going to the Olympics and, you know, all that kind of weird mumbo jumbo. Like,
it's the main thing that's different and that's going to keep changing is they're trying to turn skateboarders into traditional athletes type deal. And it's like, you can't. Fuck, I'm trying to lose my words right now. My brain just totally farted off, and I forgot. I thought I had a whole like.
Are you gonna? Would you do the mega ramp, dude?
Yeah. No, I mean, I wish.
No, but like,
the mini mega.
The mini mega did that. I was watching. I was all fired up on it, like, oh, I could take that thing for a minute, and then I saw that. You see the video with the guy on the wheelchair try it? And he's packed.
Is it the same dude who's in the Nitro Circus?
He's some dude with the wheelchair, man, and they bring him up there and he slams you. Like, it was like a clip put out this year. Like, he smacks his face, he gets back. Bob Burnquist flies him off in his helicopter to the hospital at the end.
Oh, I don't know.
It's like I was like, oh, it's way gnarlier than like I've stood next to one and I'm like, that thing's so radical.
I was skating the mini mega at Woodward.
Yeah.
And that's like, I don't know what the exact, I think the tallest rolling you can go down is like 30, 35 feet, and the jump's like 25, 30 feet. And it's
pretty substantial.
Yeah. And I was having a great time with the jump, but that quarter pipe is, fuck that thing. I hated that I had to hit it every time. Like, you can't jump. You can't land and go to knee slide before you hit the quarter pipe.
No.
Well, some people can if you're like really quick, but I like felt. I tried to do one kind of like try to knee slide the flat bottom, and it just killed me.
No, that Pat Duffy breaking his leg. That
that's
one.
what you think
That's
about
your
every time,
biggest fear, man.
If you're like a full-grown man and you hit that jump and land on that fucking big-ass landing ramp, you're gonna hit that quarter, like, you're gonna go 5 or 6 feet above coping, like, no matter what. And it's a strange feeling because the quarter pipe is just so long, and then you're just like,
there's something massively like ridiculous about that quarter pipe.
yeah.
Like the gaps, the hill bomb and the gaps seem. It's the quarter pipe that constantly gets me. Like when I like have the dreams about it. Like it's the 20. What's it? 25 feet high, or something.
This one, the mini mega, I think was like 20 feet
just
or
like hitting a 20-foot wall. Like okay,
yeah.
And you're gonna air it, so you're way the fuck out already.
I made one full pull, one jump to air, but out of like, and I got like, I mean, I did like 3 or 4 different 360s over it and some different grabs and stuff, but I felt pretty good. I was taking to the jump pretty good. I was feeling pretty proud of myself, but I was never not scared of the quarter pipe.
Like it's coming.
Yeah.
Like you stick. Like
I smashed into it before I got new bushings because I even though I tightened my trucks down all the way, I still had medium bushings, not hard, and they still got wobbly on the lane, and I fucking just smacked right into the quarter pipe. And
really?
Kind of affected my whole trip.
That was kind of a buzzkill.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, whatever, dude.
It was still Woodward's so fucking fun. I always wanted to go there, and I finally did it this year.
Which Woodward was it?
I'd never been to any of them, and now I've been to both of them this year. But I went Woodward East was the one that I was skating the mini.
That place looks crazy, man. It looks cool. I always wanted to go there too, dude. They should have like old guy like camp there. You know, like come on, Woodward. Like
they have to have beer and stuff.
Yeah, the beer fridge. They could change it out for a week.
Yeah,
a bunch of old crusty 40-year-old dudes out there, like
yeah, they should do just crust camp for.
So this is one of my dream ideas. Like, well, you can capitalize on it. Is old folks' homes for ex-game athletes, like ex-athletes, like. But in the like old folks' home is like a giant pool, like skate park in the center of the building, that's open to the public.
Oh, so they can watch people.
So they can watch people skate and rip, and there's fucking on-site tattoo parlors and like strippers and like bars and like the whole thing with the wheelchairs. They can get all extreme, like all extremed out, like old folks' home for like old tattooed up motocross champs and stuff, you know, where they're not removed from it. Like I've been in some old folks' homes, like it's like warehousing people. Like instead, like yeah, we're all gonna get old. I'd be bitching to watch some kids like ripping, yeah.
That's pretty good. I can see that fine.
Cause we're getting there, man. Like you see some of these guys, like they're on the edge.
I've always had a pretty similar idea, but it goes a little further about when these guys die. So you buy a huge chunk of land, like fucking big ass one, because you don't know how big this could get. And if you're a skater, you don't have to be a pro, or I mean, anyone who likes skating can do it. And you donate your money, like instead of paying funeral costs and being buried in a different cemetery, you donate whatever money, and you design either your family or people that know what you like to skate, or you can do it if you're preparing yourself, and like design what ramp, what obstacle you want, and then they get built in, and as more people add on, and it's all different people's visions of their perfect obstacle or whatever, and it would just turn into a super random skate park. Some stuff like probably wouldn't even work. Like, damn it, why does this have to be right there? Like, some guy wants the manual pad right next to the other guy who wants the fucking cradle. Like, how are we gonna fucking fix this?
But now, are there ashes? Are they mixing ashes?
They're buried,
you're buried under your piece of the skate park.
Dude,
that's genius, bro.
Yeah.
That is, dude. You ought to form a corporation and run with that. That is I would do it. Like right now, I would pay to have my plot.
You join my corporation?
I'd I'd be buried there, dude.
Oh,
no
yeah.
problem, man. I think any skater out there would say, dude, that's kind of like a cool thing. And I like the fact that weird obstacles would be stacked next to each other. So if you were skating, you would kind of have to figure some weird new lines out, right? Or force new lines.
Yeah, there'd be...
And it'd be good vibes, like not like a graveyard that's kind of like creepy and weird. It'd be like kids running around and playing and people all stoked out. And
It's like Jimi Hendrix is buried really close to where I grew up.
okay.
And like from when I like started smoking weed and stuff, it'd be like, let's go to Jimi Hendrix's grave and like listen to Jimi Hendrix and smoke joints. And like the people at the funeral home, like they don't even like give a like they know what you're just there like because you love the dude and like this like he's not gonna care if you're smoking joints, so like they're not gonna kick you out or anything. And like I've been there like smoking, and then I see like the funeral lady coming out, and like we're like trying to put it out and stuff, and she's like, no, it's okay, like I don't mind, like keep doing it. And then she'll like come out and just like talk like, oh, it's so great you guys are out here, like he would really appreciate that. And like it's just like, yeah, that's rad, like he would, like why would. And we're skateboarders, so...
Yeah, it's weird. The whole weird funeral, the graveyard thing's weird. It seems like it should be a happier place than it is.
I don't want to waste any money on my funeral if it's not to benefit. Like, if it's not going to, like, throw me in the fucking... I don't give a shit. Throw me in the...
I was always like, drop me in the jungle, and my naked dead body in a jungle, and let the fucking forest take me back.
Eat me.
Yeah, I'm a forest guy. Like, that's my trip. I dig the forest. You still hike around and stuff?
Yeah, when I was so bummed I didn't get to do any, like, gnarly camping this summer. Like,
You didn't?
Not really, just kind of too busy and never really, I mean, did some, like, pussy camping, like, where you drive to,
That
like,
doesn't
where
count.
you're at.
You're a
like,
backpacker.
I feel like I'd be a fucking claimer if I said I'd have backpacked a shitload as a kid and stuff, and I like to get into weird, like, walk out there and camp somewhere weird, like you don't need like I hate being in a campground.
Dude, I don't do that. So that's what's cool with the Juicy Van thing. Like I just was in Utah and stuff, and there's the hiking trail, and I just jet off into like the no man's land and like figure my own route to somewhere. And
well, you gotta. That's what I'm telling. Hey, you gotta hit me up, and we'll go out to fucking some forests, and we'll fucking throw a bunch of meat out there next to a lantern so we can see, and then we'll just hang out and you can watch me smoke weed and we can look for fucking animals.
That's the deal. All right, people, you can't end on a better thing. We're going camping with a stack of red meat in a Juicy minivan to look for animals in the near future.
Yep.
David, thank you. This was a cool interview, man. Kids, I hope you learned something about your favorite skater here, David Gravette, Juicy Vans. Thank you. Another bitchin' evening here in the Dream.
Thanks, Illusion. Great meeting you.
You too, brother.
All right.